so can someone please tell me what's going on in the world? Like, what is really happening? I know I say send the asteroid a lot, like send it, you gotta send something. But at this point, I think we need an entire planet. I'm not sure if an asteroid would do the job properly. We need a whole, maybe the asteroid belt. We need a whole planet. Alright, so on patreon.com/AdrianExpression, I just did my live stream over there, Freshly Baked. You already know that's my new series. What did I do? I was playing Fortnite and Destiny 2, and I was just literally streaming with the patrons, talking about the state of the world while, you know, how I said, while lifted, okay? While baked, while fried, okay? So, no, that was fun. We got a podcast episode coming out on Patreon tomorrow. So, of course, the patrons are letting me know what they want me to talk about. Today, we're doing it. We're doing it, okay? It's a lot of craziness going on, and of course, I'm gonna talk about it. But first, let's try to discuss something beautiful. You know, first of all, a blood moon just happened. It was the longest total lunar eclipse in 33 years. Looking at these pictures, I'm just like, wow, like the moon really is a bad bitch. Like she is really that girl. Like, and I guess she wanted to put on some blush. I don't know, like she wanted to put on some makeup. She beat her face last night. She said, hey, guess what? I'm stepping out. Like, and she stepped out. Also recently, research, look at this picture. Now, the one we're focusing on is Sagittarius A star. It's on the right hand side. Recently, researchers just got an image of the black hole that is at the center of our galaxy. Now, they have imaged a black hole before M87, as you can see on the left hand side, but M87 is much, much, much bigger than Sagittarius A star, our black hole. Now, with M87, you can fit the entire solar system in that bitch. Like, you can, which is insane to think about. You see Pluto's orbit right there, like, you can fit the entire solar system in M87, but in our black hole in Sagittarius A star, it really only extends out to, like if you were to put the sun at the center of it, it really only extends out to Mercury's orbit. But as far as I remember, that black hole still has like a mass of like a couple millions of our sun. So I don't know, I thought that was cool. It's cool, you know, the nerd, I just had to put it in there, you know, y'all already know I'm obsessed with space and shit, like, and I want to go to a different planet, a different galaxy, because the one that we are right now is not given. It's not given, so I don't know if I can do it. Can I jump into this black hole and she take me someplace else, bitch? This black hole is 27,000 light years away from us, which means that it took light 27,000 years to travel from that black hole to us, right? To the telescopes. So what we're seeing is an image. We're seeing it how it was 27,000 years ago. That's just... the mind of a mastermind, like, just blows my mind. So the Billboard Awards happened, and I didn't really see a whole lot of people talking about it. I mean, I just didn't see it. You know, aside from Megan Thee Stallion performing, like, and what, Mary J. Blige, she got the Icon Award. I seen Doja was there. Cara Delevingne was acting weird as hell. Like, aside from that, I'm just like, I don't know what else happened. I don't know what else went on. I am really not interested in sitting down and watching that motherfucking entire show like that, especially didn't nothing happen. And it was a whole lot of performance that I'm personally interested in seeing. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I saw happening. Shout out to everybody. I'm sure y'all had fun. I'm happy for the awards. Woo! But I mean, okay, so this is what Wanda Sykes said recently. She said she said that she is still traumatized by the slap. She said, I can't talk about it. I get emotional. I couldn't believe he was still sitting there. Shouldn't you be sitting there with a lawyer or LAPD, motherfucker? I hope he gets his shit together. Until then, fuck him. And I'm just like, oh my God, the world's about to end. Like, the world is about to end. I promise you, I do not care. We are so past this damn slap. First of all, and if you're that damn traumatized by it and you say you can't talk about it, why are you still talking about it? I can't talk about it, but then you proceed to talk about it. Y'all mouth not dry talking about the same thing? Like, we are so tired. Like, girl, if you're that traumatized by it, if you don't go to some type of support group or some shit to get, like, it is not that serious. They're carrying now. You carrying now. Like, I don't think it's that serious now. Come on. They really acting like this man didn't like stab somebody on stage. Like, oh my gosh. I just hope that people are almost done milking this shit, because we're tired of seeing this shit in news and on social media. We're tired. Y'all almost done? Y'all done yet? So all my Marvel Multiverse of Cuntness fans, if you want to see Elizabeth Olsen be Elizabeth Olsen, you need to watch this latest, because she did this lie detector thing, and it was just, I don't know how else to describe her other than she's just being Elizabeth Olsen. She's funny, but I don't know if she realizes she's fucking hilarious. Like some of the shit that she said. Okay, so for example, during the lie detector test, I guess they had shown her this picture of obviously John. And they were like, do you believe that this man is the smartest man in the world? And she literally laughed, and she was like, I would never assume that an actor is the smartest person in the world. But obviously they were asking her that as like a joke about Reed Richards, right? But then Elizabeth Olsen gonna say, actually, I don't know him. And the interviewer was like, you were in the same movie with his ass. Like, what do you mean you don't know him? Like, she was like, I never met him. So I don't know, maybe they filmed that shit separately. She was like, I met his wife though. It's like, sweetie, you did meet him, boo. You turned his ass into spaghetti, boo. You turned him into pasta. Linguine, bitch, Alfredo. Like, you turned his ass into rubber bands. You did meet him, Elizabeth. You met him. Listen, Westworld is coming back, all right? They released the fucking teaser. I need an actual trailer though. I'm gonna have to refresh my stuff, even though, okay, so season 3 for me was the weakest season. Because 1 was amazing. 2, I think 2 was my favorite because there's so much shit that was happening. Maeve, I'm obsessed with Maeve, even though I didn't like what they did to her in season 3, whatever. I love Dolores. Oh my gosh, I'm rooting for the androids. I'm rooting for the robots. I'm sorry, like, I love what they did with the Man in Black. Like, I'm rooting for the robots. So yeah, that's coming back. They're apparently filming another season of Black Mirror, and I'm like, how much worse can it get? Like, how much worse can it get? We looking around at the world around us like, bitch, we're living in Black Mirror. It's worse than Black Mirror. So I don't know how they're going to try and one-up reality in this new season of Black Mirror, but I'm looking forward to it if Netflix can continue to survive. But yeah, speaking of Black Mirror, let's talk about the state of this goddamn country. America is doing way too much. Way too much. I'm sure that mass shootings happen even more often than they're being reported, but this particular week, it's been... So I think there was a shooting today in Laguna Woods, California. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. So shooting happened today. There was a shooting also in Grand Central Market on Saturday. And then the shooting that has social media on fucking fire, the shooting that's really pressing hard on the hearts of a lot of Black people this week, is the shooting that happened in Buffalo, New York, in a fucking supermarket. In a supermarket. And I was like, everywhere that you fucking go in this country, whether that's to the movies, to the mall, or whatever, at least when I step into places like that, bars, wherever, I'm just like, wow, if today's my day, then today's my day. Like, bitch, I do not have Wonder Woman's fucking bracelets, bitch. If somebody comes in here and starts shooting shit up, it's giving over, it's giving done. It's giving, roll the fucking credits. It won't be no end credits, ho. It won't be no after credits, bitch. It's over. And like, I'm telling you, anytime I go see a movie, anytime, I'm sitting there, it will cross my mind at least one time. Like, oh, I'm sitting here, somebody walk in here with something, it's over. It's over. And it's so pathetic, it's so ridiculous that we're living like that. This is coming from officials. There was evidence that was uncovered that he had plans, had he gotten out of there, to continue his rampage and continue shooting people. He even spoken about possibly going to another store. He was going to get in his car and continue to drive down Jefferson Avenue and continue doing the same thing. Now, this shooting was done by an 18-year-old white supremacist. This motherfucker wrote a manifesto and everything. I don't like that the manifesto is being shared with this kind of frequent, it's just being shared all over the motherfucking place. I feel like, okay, we as long as we're informed that he wrote one, it's just, I I feel like that's all we need to know. You telling us the specific details of his fucking shit. I think that's what he wants. I think that's what they want. To be spread all over the place. This motherfucker live streamed that shit on Twitch. The N-word was written on his gun. He was spraying people, okay? And what's even terrible on top of that is the fact that media will look at all of this. They will look at all of this and be like, lone wolf. They won't call it domestic. They won't call it the terrorism and racist terrorism that it is. They won't call it that shit. It's given lone wolf. It's given, oh my God. Of course, he was arrested at the scene, and we already know how unarmed black people are treated versus how they will light holes up and be taken into custody, armed, and we got unarmed motherfuckers dying. You know, being killed. They talking about he was obsessed with this replacement theory. He talked about white birth rates and all this shit and how they need to be increased. He drove 4 hours to this black community, a supermarket, to do this shit. You know, even the security guard that he got shot, the security guard was trying to stop him. This motherfucker had on body armor. And they said that's one of the reasons why it was, 10 people. How many people he didn't kill? That's why it was difficult to stop him, because he was wearing body armor. These motherfuckers are coming. And I said this already, and I know that they have been coming. They've been doing shit like this for generations. But like body armor at a supermarket, bitch, you go pick up some fucking juice, some toilet paper, bitch. You pick up something to wipe your ass. You pick up some fucking plastic forks and plastic cups, bitch. You going to pick up some goddamn Tilex hoe, and that's your last day? I saw this tweet and I could not help but share it. Brandon here says, if once a year a black kid wrote a manifesto that sounded like popular left-wing ideology and used those quote-unquote theories to justify his mass murder in white neighborhoods, absolutely all hell would break loose. The reverse is happening to collective white shrugs, and that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. I mean, the simple fact that the media refuses to call it what it actually is just, it's telling. It's telling. And that's the other side of things too, is like, wow, being aware, like in this country, especially you're a black person, you're a minority in general, like you just have to be aware of certain things. But it's like, damn, I want to be sane too. I want to be sane. I want to hold on to my sanity as well. That's why I seen that shit happen. I really didn't look into it or do any research about it until it was time for me to make this video today. Like until it's time for me to talk about it, because it's like, how many more? And how much of this shit can our brains collectively handle? You know? And I also did say that it's only so many amount of times that people allow you to treat them like fucking doormats, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, I don't know what the future looks like, but it's not gonna be a pretty one. If you think bitches are just gonna I'm gonna lay down and die, like, you think that's how much longer you think that shit's gonna happen before somebody get the fuck up, before somebody gets up, before somebody stands the fuck up, you know, in a way that people are not used to seeing, I will say. I just think that the more that this happens, the more tactics are going to have to change. Tactics, the way the certain situations are dealt with. Even in the shooting that happened today at one church, I forget, it was at a church it happened at. The shooter was able to end one person's life and injure, I think, like 5 others, I think. But the church members, I don't know, the pastor hit his ass with a chair, they hogtied his ass. You know, but it's like, why are people at church? Why are people at supermarket? Why are people at mall, at the movies? Why the fuck they gotta turn into fucking G.I.? They have to fucking turn into like it's Mission Impossible? Like these bitches are working at the CTU, bitch? Like bitch, give me a 20 on 20, I made it. Like, bitch, are you serious? Like, you go pick up some bread and now you gotta turn into a fucking Power Ranger just to reach the fucking cash register? Bitch, are you serious? It's like, this country is a fucking mess, and I think that shit is going to get so much worse before we can even talk about things getting better. All right, so I guess we'll end this video talking about girl. Look at her. Don't she look like a fucking Star Wars fucking villain, bitch? And you, listen, I'm not lying. Girl, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. If she looked like a Star Wars villain, it looked like she about to grow them fucking Darth Maul fucking horns out her motherfucking head, bitch. She looked like a fucking Darth, she looked like a Darth something. Darth Trump, I don't know what we finna call her ass. But she was being interviewed, whatever, and I guess one section of it was them talking about Vogue, right? Vogue Magazine, all that shit, and how I guess she has never graced the cover. She was never on the cover. And, you know, they brought up the point that, oh, you know, all these other first ladies were on the cover of Vogue, so, you know, and some of them multiple times, but Melania, she was never on there. She was never on there. And she said, you know, and they asked her about it, and she was like, you know, they're biased. She was like, they're biased. And I had, what she said, I had more important things to do than to be on the cover of Vogue. Bitch. Like, girl, it seemed like you, listen, the way you talking about it, it seemed like you still want to be on there. Stop acting. I hear when people act like, oh girl, I just didn't have time for it. You know, they didn't want me, and that's fine, but I was booked and busy. Girl, Melania, you wasn't doing shit. You wasn't doing shit. Even the way you renovated that garden, bitch, made it seem like you poured some fucking bleach in the ground. The only thing you did was make the garden look worse than what it did before you came there, bitch. It seemed, like I said, it seemed like you sprayed Tilex on the leaves. A garden renovation. That's all you did, girl, and you didn't even do it. Cause you wasn't up there pulling up them motherfucking weeds. Get out my face. I just thought that shit was funny. But yeah, like I said, check me out on Patreon. We got podcast episodes upcoming, live streams, exclusive live streams upcoming. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that y'all have a great week, and make sure you have a good goddamn evening.